Hello and welcome to OWTV News. I'm Greg Mercado.
And I'm Natalie Torres.
We begin with students in the State University of New York who are no longer eligible for private bank loans through the SUNY school system. Due to a law passed by President Barack Obama earlier this year, all financial aid in the state would become the responsibility of the student legislature of New York.
Here at the SUNY College at Old WestBury, living conditions in the student dormitories continue to deteriorate, needing numerous repairs campus-wide. We spoke to resident Crystal Soto of the Woodland Dorms in Building 4 about repairs that seem to be ignored. As far as living on campus, do you feel you get what you pay for?
I feel as if I get what I pay for, but to a certain extent, because although the rooms are big, we have heat, we have an elevator, we have air conditioner. There are also several problems that I face living.
So what are some of your biggest problems that you have with living in the dorms?
One of the biggest problems I have is there's a really big hole in the shower, so there's only 3 showers available that are working in the bathroom, and when we first moved in, they took down the curtain for the handicap shower, so that left 2, which means we would be late to class because one of the showers didn't work. Then, besides that, we have a set temperature for the rooms. The elevator, when I first moved into the school, the elevator wasn't working. I live on the 3rd floor, which means myself, I had to carry my TV, my suitcase, my everything all by myself up the stairs. What's the sense of having elevators if they're not gonna work? And that's really it. There's but so much Res Life can do because, as can see, many of us, we've tried to speak to Res Life, but nothing seems to get fixed.
Evan Gray is a residential assistant in the Woodland Dorms and spoke to us about the building repair process.
Hi, my name is Evan, and I'm a resident assistant in Hall 1. The roles and responsibilities that I have is basically being an assistant to my residents, making sure that my residents are safe, making sure my residents have everything that they need that concerns the residence halls. Go to their RAs and tell their RA whatever that needs to be fixed, and the RA will then write out a work order form which will be handed to the RD, and it goes through a system that goes to the maintenance department.
OWTV News reached out to the Director of Residential Life, Usama Sheikh, who declined to comment.
New York State Attorney General Andrew Cuomo signed into law student credit card reforms for colleges and universities, with the SUNY Chancellor Nancy Zimpher here at the SUNY College at Old WestBury, making the SUNY system the first state entity to participate.
Credit cards are a serious problem on campuses, in society writ large. But I think they're especially dangerous for young people. 84% of college graduates are graduating with 1 card. 50% of college students are graduating with 4 or more credit cards. Average debt on a credit card, $4,100 when you come out after 4 years. Here's a credit card, use it. They want you to use it. This is a debt trap that society now creates. Before you just sign up and get a credit card, we want to make sure that you're informed. SUNY is going to sign on first to the Reform Code of Conduct. All 64 campuses will be implementing these procedures, which will safeguard students.
The newly signed legislation designed to safeguard students couldn't have come at a better time. Many students here at the SUNY College at Old WestBury are suffering from credit card debt due to poor credit card use. Here are some of their personal experiences.
Like, I have a credit card, but I'm paying it off. Like, I'm in debt.
I looked really good in my clothes, but I had no money because I had to pay it off.
I actually had to cut it up recently because I'm still paying for it, and it's devastating right now.
Poor credit card use techniques have not only put SUNY Old WestBury students in debt, but many people they know as well. With all the debt and mismanaged finances around them, some students have a bleak outlook on their financial futures.
My best friend's mom is in really bad credit card debt. I see how bad she's living right now, and I don't want that to ever happen to me.
I know people that's like 500, 1,000, and for a college student, that is a lot of money.
Between college loans and this credit card and other stuff, I want to be in debt for at least another 10 years at least.
Thanks to Attorney General Cuomo and Chancellor Zimfer's new credit card legislation, SUNY students can look forward to decreasing their chances of having credit card debt, meaning better financial futures for them.
Students at the college at Old WestBury are finding it difficult to reach departments via phone.
Most of the time they don't pick up, and when they do pick up, they try to transfer you to like many different lines, and they just give you the runaround.
Majority of the time I don't get no answers, it just rings all day.
We don't get through. They send us to different places and not get to the place where we want information from.
No one picked up, or it was like attitude or call back later.
Well, it frustrates me because when I call, I expect to get answers, and I really don't ever.
I feel as if as a student I'm not important to the university because they don't take time to pick up my phone calls.
It's very frustrating, especially when you have like important things to get done and you need information and you can't get it done.
And irritable, I guess, because it goes back to like now we have to come to school and handle business when I live like all the way upstate, so it's like about a 3-hour drive. They handle a 2-second thing.
On several occasions I've actually had to come to the campus and like get answers to questions that I believe could have been answered to the phone.
Yeah, I used to go to Hofstra and I never had trouble getting through to people there.
There's only one person really who does all the calls, and if he doesn't answer, you don't get through to anybody.
And we caught up with the school operator, Clyde Giardino, and this is what he had to say.
I answer 5 lines of incoming calls for Dr. Butts concerning various offices on campus.
One specific complaint that I received from a student was that sometimes when they do get forwarded to these offices that nobody picks up, or sometimes when they leave a message, they don't get a call back.
They should be aware of this problem because it's frustrating for me too, because I will transfer them to the 3 lines, let's say for the registrar's office, and they'll call back and tell me all I received was the voicemail.
Are they getting addressed, like some of these problems?
I don't know.
Right now on this segment of OWTV News, let's check in with Eamon Dignam for Did You Know?
Did you know Raleigh Buchanan is our new Dean of Students?
Hi, my name is Raleigh Buchanan. I'm your new Dean of Students here at SUNY Old WestBury. As a Dean of Students, I oversee a portfolio, if you will, of offices, including judicial affairs, student activities, fraternity and sorority life, clubs and organizations, career services, and commuter student services. Primarily my job is to provide an out-of-classroom experience for the students here at Old WestBury. So that's a little bit about myself and the Dean of Students office.
When OWTV News returns, we will have an exclusive in-studio interview with the new Dean of Students, Raleigh Buchanan. Also, we will take a look at the SUNY College at Old WestBury Panthers.
Hello, welcome back to OWTV News. I'm Adrienne Russo. Joining us today is the Dean of Students, Raleigh Buchanan. Thank you for joining us.
It's my pleasure being here.
So I have some questions for you.
Sure.
You're entering your first year as Dean of Students at SUNY WestBury. Tell our viewers a little bit about your background and where you've worked before.
Okay. Well, I've been in the field of student affairs for about 20 years. The majority of my background has been in housing and residence life as a residence hall director and assistant director, but I have also worked in the areas of academic advising for all the students on academic probation and academic suspension status, as well as an assistant director for judicial affairs. So I spent the day dealing with misconduct and determining if people stayed on campus, were suspended or expelled. And that was the last position prior to taking this position as Dean of Students.
And what attracted you to SUNY Old WestBury?
Well, the position itself. I felt I was moving up in the ranks and had enough experience in other areas that typically a Dean of Students oversees a portfolio of departments. So in this case, looking at judicial affairs, career services, and community student services, because they're so different, but yet they impact students in a positive way, I thought it was an opportunity for me to pursue at that point.
What roles are associated with the Dean of Students, and how is this role distinguished from an academic dean?
Okay. Primarily the role is I'm an advocate for students at the end of the day. So all the areas that I supervise, we want to make sure that students learn outside the classroom, and as well that we communicate the students' needs and desires up the chain of command, if you will. So administrators will not hear from students directly about what they're looking for and what they need, and that's a role that myself and my department, that's what we're supposed to fulfill on behalf of the institution.
Do you feel like social interaction is an important part of the college experience?
Absolutely. If a student does not feel connected to or engaged with the campus in any way, they will drive to campus, sit in their cars, go to class, go back to their cars, and go home. And they'll say, I graduated, but I didn't have a fun time, or my college experience wasn't worth it. It's not what everyone else says their experience was like. So our goal is to engage them in the institution through various activities.
So what events have you had that have connected you with the students here, and do you have future plans for other events to further do so?
Well, typically what I try to do is attend a lot of the activities that take place during the Common Hour that are sponsored by various clubs. I know recently we had Club Cafe, the Student Government Association has had a variety of events. So I try to attend those, and as well, I eat lunch and dinner usually most days of the week in the CAF. I walk through the den, but eat in the CAF, so I can get to see students, they see me, get to hang out with them. And one student today, as a matter of fact, said, you eat here? I'm like, every day. So we actually sat down and had lunch with them. That's the purpose, that I get to talk with students one-on-one or in a group, and they see me as an administrator. They also see me as someone that's there to help them in their endeavors while they're at the college.
That's really nice. Do you have any plans on increasing interaction between commuters and residents?
That is the goal. In the spring, our goal is to do a nationwide search for a new director of community student service or commuter student services, and as well look at the programs that we need to be putting on to help commuters feel that they are part of the institution. There are some national organizations out there for commuter directors to be a part of, to get ideas from, and that's what we want to do. We want to engage that population because that's the group that's lacking the most, and we know that's a failure on our part, but we're working to improve that.
What do you feel are the toughest challenges that you face here?
Toughest challenges would be getting students to understand that they are now adults. This is no longer high school. Some of the behavior we deal with day in and day out is what I consider very juvenile and very high schoolish. So we're trying to get people to think you are at the next level. You're responsible for your own decisions. Even today in our office, we're talking about some cases where we have to do some interim suspensions. The students didn't think they did anything wrong. I'm like, grabbing folks, stealing items, yeah, that's enough.
Yeah,
and you're being
it's a
treated as an
problem.
adult. So when we remove you from campus, you're on your own until we have a judicial hearing. So it's getting people to realize that they're adults when they come to college.
Now, where do you see your department in 5 years?
In 5 years, I believe we will actually grow our personnel. And actually, we just did a facilities report on this, but my understanding is I will have up to about 16 staff members, and we will also have the Office of Orientation Programs as well as Parent Relations as part of the Dean of Students suite. But that's about 3 to 5 years out right now, but that's what's in the plans from what I was told.
Do you think parent relations are important in a college setting?
Sure. Students don't come to college and leave their families behind. I mean, we get more phone calls from parents about what's going on or something's happened to their son or daughter on campus. So what we want to do is connect with them and make them a partner in this, because most students will tell their parents what's going on and won't tell us. So what we want to do is partner with those parents and have them have an experience with us as their child goes through, as their son or daughter, if you will, goes through their college experience with us.
Now, considering the current state of the economy in New York and with the cutbacks to SUNY on the horizon, do you think that your department will be affected by that? And if so, how?
Well, we are affected. One example, career services. By national industry standards, you're supposed to have one career counselor for every 1,000 students. Right now I have 1.3 staff members for about 4,000 students, and we're way under standards right now. So the reason we can't hire anyone is because of the budget. So I have been told that my department, that particular unit, is next in line to get a full-time staff member, but we're on hold from finding out when that will take place.
Okay. Now, I don't know if you're aware, but a lot of the students are complaining that it's difficult to reach departments and that the phone systems here aren't really facilitating answering their questions. Have you heard about this problem? Are there any plans to address it?
I have not heard about it outside of my area. We try to address phone calls, and trust me, if we don't, they keep going up the chain. So our goal is to address calls, return them, and even if it's not an issue that we can, right before I came over, someone called about a medical withdrawal, and they called me because I just have the word dean in my title. But I told them they had the wrong office, but I did transfer them. I told them where they were being transferred to, and I told them this is the correct office that you need to speak with someone at. So we try to get them to the right office, not just say, call this number, maybe they can help you. We try to get them there directly.
Do you feel like when calls are transferred that questions are answered?
Now, what happens on the other side of that phone line, I do not know. I know I've done my best, or my department's
Right.
done their best to get the student to where they need to be. Now, what happens on that other end, I don't know, unless they call back and say no one's helping me. There are occasions then when we will call on their behalf to say, the student needs help. Who do they need to speak to? So then we can tell the student, talk to Dr. Jones, who can then assist you with, so at least they have a name and a number directly. But usually we just get them to the office, and that's okay, that suffices.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you for joining us. Stay tuned for OWTV News coming up. Next, we will take a look at the SUNY College Old WestBury Panthers.
Did you know there is ongoing construction for a new University Police Headquarters? The UP office, which is now in D100, the Academic Village, will be moving next to the Student Union. Deputy Chief Brian Tisdale said the main reason for the move was lack of space and also to upgrade infrastructure. The new UP building will have state-of-the-art features, including a more modern command center and control room, as well as its own internal Ethernet and fiber optic networks, separate from the university's, in cases of emergencies. It will also have separate patrol administrative wings, as well as separate restrooms and interview rooms with cameras in them. Completion of the project is expected for late spring 2011.
Hello and welcome back to OWTV News. I'm Carrie Schaefer.
And I'm Rico Swan.
Veer Smith joins us now to take a look at your SUNY College at Old WestBury Panthers.
Thanks, Rico and Curry. From the court to the field, SUNY Old WestBury's favorite sport is back, college basketball. We caught up with former NBA player, now turned coach of the SUNY Old WestBury Panthers, Bernard Tomlin.
I'm Bernard Tomlin, head men's basketball coach here at Old WestBury. At this point, we obviously, are excited, about having two of our front court players returning. Lester Prosper, he's an All-Skyline Conference player. Franz Grandjean last year was Player of the Week on several occasions. And we think that the focal point for our season will be, our front court. The competition in the Skyline Conference is excellent. Last year, Purchase College was the best team. And we won the regular season championship, and we're looking forward to competing against them as well. We have our work cut out for us. We, of course, feel good about the people that are in our program. And what our goal is to, again, win the Skyline Conference championship.
With many upperclassmen leaving the team last season, the Panthers of Old WestBury are undertaking a journey with a new array of freshmen. Scotty Arias is in his first year with the Panthers. We hit the gym to see his expectations for this coming up season.
What's up, my name is Scott Arias. I'm a freshman guard at SUNY Old WestBury. I'm looking forward for this season to win the championship. I'm working on my strengths and weaknesses on my game. Trying to get everybody ready, prepared for the season. My teammates, pushing them in practice as a freshman, just trying to be a leader. Last year, we lost in the championship against Purchase, but this year is different. It's a different story. So I feel like we have a good chance, and a lot of teams better be ready for us.
Now let's bounce the ball to Brittany Wirtz with women's basketball. To the video we go.
Head coach Michael Krasnoff is in his 8th season with the SUNY College at Old WestBury women's basketball team. He is full of optimism and is hoping to improve the Panthers' last season record of 12-13. He also wants to improve their tally against Skyline Conference teams. Last year's tally was 7-11. The Panthers are currently 3-1. It seems as if the Panthers are well on their way to improving last season's record. On Friday, November 19th, at the Ramapo Roadrunner Tip-Off Tournament in Malwa, New Jersey, the SUNY College at Old Westbury's women's basketball team christened their season with an 84-54 non-conference victory over Penn State Albington. This is the Panthers' sixth consecutive season-opening victory. On November 30th, at the Arc Arena in New York, New York, the OW Panthers earned their first Skyline Conference victory of the season over the Yeshiva Maccabees. The Panthers boasted an 82-48 win to improve 2-1 overall and 1-0 in the Skyline Conference. The Old Westbury Panthers dominated in their home opener game against St. Joseph's Golden Eagles. The 61-18 victory improved Old Westbury's record to 4-2 on the season and 3-1 in the conference. A key component in that game, as well as all other games this season, was freshman number 14, Kim Weathers. The 5'3" point guard earned all Long Island first-team honors last year as a senior at Wynanch High School. Twice so far this season, she has received Skyline Conference Rookie of the Week honors. She currently leads Old Westbury in scoring, averaging 16.7 points per game, as well as 3.3 steals and assists per game. The Panthers have one more home game before the end of the year, so come out and see the women's basketball team do their stuff. And be sure to show your support in 2011. The Panthers' first home game of the new year will be against Farmingdale State College, and it will be held on Thursday, January 6th at 6 p.m.
Now let's step up to the line and take a look at women's volleyball.
I'm in the Clark Athletics Center with Carlotta Pope, middle blocker for the volleyball team. How did you ladies do this season?
This season we did pretty good. We ended off 24-12, and for a conference we had 8-2, so it was a great success.
I heard y'all made it to the semifinals. Is that true?
We did, and we didn't take the championship, but hopefully next year.
Oh, so did y'all have a big improvement from last season?
Definitely. Compared to last year, this season was amazing. We really progressed well as a team, worked together more. The coach put more drills in the game. It was good.
Oh, okay, so how did y'all feel like y'all going to improve for next season so y'all can make it further?
Well, with hard work and perseverance, we should just come out there.
Yeah, I would like to see y'all represent and get a championship for OWTV. We need one of those. Do you feel like the coaches get a new recruits?
Yeah, definitely. That's one of our secret weapons, the new recruits that are coming up. They're going to help us so much in our upcoming season.
Okay. How long have you been on the team?
I've been on the team for 2 years. I came as a transfer, and just the improvement from last year to this year has been amazing on my behalf.
Wow. Well, hopefully we can get some more fans out here come support y'all.
Yeah, definitely.
That'll be good. I'm Rico Swan reporting for OWTV News.
Let's step to the plate and take a look at the men's baseball team.
All right, so how do you feel about last year's performance from the team?
Last year they had a pretty good squad. Made it to the conference championship, which we lost to Farmingdale. A lot of kids left the team last year. But this year it's been a complete turnaround.
How do you feel is the transition from last year to this year, being that a lot of people had left?
Well, a lot of guys who left have also came back, me being one of them.
We feel that we got far in the season. We had a lot of new players in the team. We made it to the championship versus Farmingdale. It felt good. We got far for the team that we had. We knew each other. We had so much chemistry. But now, since there are returning players and all of that, we're trying to take it far this year.
Well, how was the team responding to the new coach?
Everybody's taking him well. The guys who've been here for 2-3 years, have always liked him. The new guys who are coming in, they really respect him a lot, and everybody looks up to him.
So, how did you feel about last year's performance from the softball team?
We were very happy with our performance last year. We made playoffs once again. We made ECAC playoffs for the third time, which had never been done in the school's history, so this was a great thing. We broke some records, so we had a really great year last year.
Do you have anything looking forward to coming into the season?
We're looking to improve on that record even more, break the record once again. We have a solid backbone of girls coming back. We have 8 returning players this year, which is a nice start. And we have a few really nice recruits coming in to round out the team, so we're looking to move up from there.
Did you know that SUNY Old WestBury has a cross-country team? We're a full sport that competes in the Skyline Conference each year. We have about 7 to 9 meets a season, including our championships.
How do we join?
If you're interested in joining, you can contact me at labientoj@oldwestbury.edu, or you can come visit us at the Clark Athletic Center. My office is P229. Hope to see you next fall.
That does it for the Panthers at Play on this sports segment of OWTV News.
Let's give it up for our OW Panthers sports teams. You can go online and check them out at oldwestburypanthers.com. And that does it for OWTV's news. And I'm Rico Swan.
And I'm Carrie Schaefer, thanking you all on behalf of the OWTV News team. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.